Hey guys, I got another video for you. This was last month. Firestone did another one of their destination programs, which, as you know, I feel lucky enough to get to go on, and Firestone's been a huge supporter of me and everything I'm doing, and so this was really fun. This was unique. This was up in Seattle, in the Cascades, up by Mount Rainier. Really beautiful, but a lot of time in the truck and a lot of time in the dense woods, so not a lot of time to get out and film or fly the drone that much. So the video is a little shorter and a little more condensed, a little less of captured a little bit less, but hopefully it's still fun to watch and you can kind of see what we got up to and just got to explore a bunch of really beautiful wooded trails. Before we get started, I'll just show you the tires I'm running. Same ones I've been running for the last couple years. Firestones, of course, so let's take a look. Okay, so truck is on 285 75 R16, which is basically a 33-inch tire. And these are the Destination MT2, which is their top of the line mud terrain or max traction tire. Super awesome tires. You can see I have another set over there with another set of different wheels for this, but yeah, that's the tires we were running. Anyways, thanks Firestone for the tires and of course for inviting me on the trip, and here we go. Let's start the trip. Just landed in Seattle. The first time I've flown for a road trip. Never had that happen, so I had to film it.
All right.
Thank you. Man, I love being back in the woods. It's so fun. Last few drives have been open spaces and stuff, so this is pretty fun, be in the woods and on kind of tight trails that actually look like they're off-roady, not just like flat fire roads. So we're only, what, 30 minutes into it, and it's already turning out to be pretty fun, so I'm excited. I get to follow Nate's insane Tacoma build, but check out how narrow this trail is, because Nate has full-size axles on his Tacoma. You can see just how narrow this is. You like barely fit on this.
I'm just narrow enough.
Just narrow enough.
I'm gonna try to get up on that tree, I think.
That looked like the easy line, so I'm gonna do a different one. Pretty fun. It's fun being out here and like being able to see all the other trucks go through. And Nate's somebody I've followed on YouTube for a while, so even more fun to get to kind of finally hang out and actually hit a trail together.
There we have it.
Filmed by Nate himself.
There you go. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
it's like.
Just woke up. I've got the heater running. Last night it get really cold. I don't know the temperature, but people were saying in the 30s. And I think someone said it could get into the 20s. I don't know if it really got into the 20s, but definitely felt like the 30s. And then it started raining, and man, the camper couldn't be any cozier. Check it out. The heater running. And something I realized about the heater is that the heater box heats up because obviously the hot air is coming through it. And that's like a perfect spot to warm up your feet. And this is so comfortable in here. So. Alright, so didn't film much at breakfast or even much last night, but now we are officially driving on the trail in the dirt and in the mud because it is actually raining pretty good here and so beautiful. Could not be a more quintessential like Pacific Northwest trail time right now. So this is super fun. I'm told we have about 6 hours of this, so try not to film too much in the first 10 minutes. What do you think, Isaac?
Unbelievable.
Pretty cool.
This is the P&W.
Yeah.
Sick. It's exactly what I imagined.
So pretty.
It's amazing.
Okay,
Some of these huge trees too with the moss growing.
Yeah.
They're spectacular.
It's a little hard to show you how narrow these trails are in camera, but that's a log. We're on an angle. If this was straight, it would definitely be straight into that route. So this whole trip was pretty fun to be able to test out the camper on the truck in narrow conditions. And I know in this particular shot, it's not narrow or difficult, but a lot of the trails that we were on were very narrow with little pinch points between trees. And I was really happy with the camper and the tapered walls. I've had some second thoughts about making the walls straight up just because it's so much more interior room. But I think if you plan to use your truck to go off trails like this and explore wooded areas, 100% I would suggest tapering the walls like I did on my camper. Finished up lunch. It's time to hop back in the trucks and head to our last campsite for the trip. So I think John's going to be riding with me. Getting ready to go. Finally rolling into camp. It is 8 o'clock right now. Look at, there's camp. We're finally here. right, let's do a little look at all the different vehicles that are out here while everyone's camped and parked up. So this is Josh's Defender. It's got a 4.6 V8 in it. Sounds amazing. Apparently is a handful to drive, but that one's a crowd favorite for sure. We have a Gladiator, we have the 4Runner, we have my truck, we got an FJ Cruiser, and 2 Land Rover LR3s, a new Bronco, which super plush, LR3 again. Nick's 80 series, this is one of my favorite ones for sure. I just love the paint scheme on this one, just super classic. The no tint, that's always a favorite of mine. And of course we got Firestones. Those should be Nomad wheels, but we'll let that slide for now. And then of course we have Nate's insane Tacoma. This one's on 37s. He has the crazy Marlin crawler front suspension and a fully custom 3-link with a panhard bar in the back. This is all self-built, self-designed by Nate, which is super, super impressive. Really cool to see in person. And you probably already follow his channel, but Nate Dirt Lifestyle on YouTube. Is the Bowen's bed on the back as well. Probably the craziest truck here, easily. And then we have a new ZR2 Bison, which is on the XT tires. This thing did super well as well, considering, well, not considering, I mean, Bisons are awesome, but it looks so mild, but did really, really well. So, okay, so that's all the other trucks here. Let's take a look at my truck and I'll show you how I set it up and kind of how the camper's been working out. I specifically requested a spot where I could get a view out my window. Check this out. Woke up to that view at sunrise, and absolutely insane sunrise. 360 views, almost 360 views around this whole spot, but got the camper here with the rear window, being able to see out the back, being able to see out that window is awesome. And then everything we did recently in the last couple months for the interior just makes this camper so much more comfortable. Not having any unfinished areas in the walls has made a big difference. When you climb inside there, it just feels like way more comfortable and way more like that cabin kind of experience. Did have one fault with the diesel heater. I got an E8, which I think is a fuel fault, and it checks out because the pump hasn't been wanting to fire. Like even when trying to prime it, it won't go. So I think I gotta swap that pump out. I have one at home. So that's been the only bummer with the camper is I've used the diesel heater so much at home in the driveway with the kids or just on little mini trips. And it was actually legit cold this time and I was having some problems with it. I eventually got it to go on last night. And like as I got it to go on, I fell asleep. So that was really nice. Woke up because the pump went out again, but slept super well last night. And overall just like really happy with the way that the camper is set up. I wouldn't really change much about it if and when I built the next one. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Really fun little trip. Super thankful for Firestone for inviting me out for this trip, which typically is kind of more of a media trip, but I got to tag along. We did 2 nights of camping, 1 full day, like 10 hours of driving trails, which I'm sure you saw. Really fun. Got to meet some cool people, and I think we're going to head back to the hotel now, and then I personally fly out home for this, and they're trailering the truck home, which is extremely convenient. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the little video. Look into some of the little adventures I've been able to do lately, and I'll see you guys in the next video.